Hey everybody, happy Thursday. I hope that everybody's day has been absolutely amazing. So tonight I am going to be making a lemon chicken using chicken thighs with a coconut milk based gravy or sauce, and I'm also going to be pairing it with some rosemary garlic mashed potatoes. So I haven't created content in a while, and I just was feeling like being in my content bag tonight. So I hope that you are able to join me and enjoy the video and maybe learn some tricks and tips for your kitchen for your next meal, or if you want to make this meal, you know, definitely do make it and let me know how you like it. So anyway, earlier today I did go ahead and marinate my chicken thighs. So you can't smell them, but they smell absolutely amazing. They are loaded with lots of garlic. They're loaded with herbs de Provence, adobo, onion, complete seasoning, a whole slew of things. I put a little Montreal steak seasoning in them as well, So basically I'm about to go ahead and pan sear these, but actually also what I'm gonna do is get my water going, because I also am going to get the water going for these potatoes. I did a little meal prep earlier today. So as you can see, I got some diced golden potatoes. I have some peppers. I have red pepper, orange peppers, and yellow peppers. I also have red onion, and I also have some garlic as well. So my garlic looks a little translucent because of the fact that what I do is I actually buy the peeled garlic, and I just pop it in the freezer and I use it as I need it, just so it doesn't go bad, and you know, and it's available. Because one thing I'm not going to do is chop some garlic. So anyway, I have cold water in my pot, and excuse all of the layout. I'm still navigating this content creation setup and flow and everything. So bear with me. If you can bear with me, I'll bear with you. So anyway, I got a pot of water, a pot of cold water to be specific, because when you're boiling potatoes, you always want to boil your potatoes in cold water so that as the water heats up, it evenly cooks throughout the whole entire potato. So all the potatoes evenly, okay? So anyway, and bear with me, I haven't done this in a while, so if I'm talking mumbo jumbo, bear with me. So I'm just gonna also add a little bit of chicken bouillon to my water to also give the potatoes some flavor as well. Not a whole lot, like a teaspoon. Just a little bit, a little razzle dazzle, because we like flavor over here, okay? So a couple of things. I still have an active candle business. A lot of people have asked me, are you still doing the candles? Are you still doing the candles? And yes, I am still doing the candles. I'm putting the potatoes in the pot right now. I am still doing the candle business. Right now, I'm just kind of figuring some things out, figuring out what direction I want to go in as far as business is concerned, and also just kind of handling some things professionally. I do, you know, of course, have a 9-to-5, and sometimes that does take priority over my own personal endeavors, because that's my bread and butter. So as I'm sure many of you understand as well. So anyway, I'm going ahead and I'm putting these potatoes in here to get this nice and boiled so we can have some mashed potatoes. And I just put everything in one container. It's just me. I know some people have all these fancy dishes and they want to, you know, draw you through an experience and all that other stuff. That's soon to come, right? This is an impromptu cook-off for tonight, so we're just gonna make it do what it do. But anyway, I hope that you guys have been well in this 2025. All right, so I got all my potatoes in there and a red pepper. So that's going to, I have that on high so that it can come to a nice boil and soften those potatoes. All right, so in the meantime, I have a nonstick pan, and I'm about to go ahead and make I'm gonna sear my chicken, and then once I sear my chicken, I'm gonna go ahead and place the chicken in my Pyrex dish, because what I'm gonna do is, once I make my sauce, pop everything in the oven and let it finish marinating and making love to each other and doing this thing. All right, so let me get a fork. So let me see if I can turn this over. So I got all my seasonings and things like that sitting out. Excuse all my stuff, but this is my layout. So I'm about to pour some of this olive oil in here. And as you can see, it's smoking. It's smoking because I thought I had the back burner put on, but I had the front burner put on. So that's still doing this thing. But nonetheless, we're rocking and rolling, right? Okay. So I got my chicken. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take the chicken out. Now these are boneless chicken thighs, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop this on in here. Just so I can get a nice little sear on it. And I'm just trying to work that oil around a little bit. Put that on this side. So basically I'm just going through, letting that sear and get a nice brown coating on it. And letting that do its thing. And then I've got the potatoes in here. All right, so I let the chicken cook on one side for about like 2 minutes, and I'm gonna flip it over. It's nice and brown, that's what I wanna see. And I'm gonna just let this continue to cook for another 2 to 3 minutes on the other side as well. And then I'm just gonna take all these pieces out and do the same thing on repeat until they all look like this on both sides, and then transfer them over to my Pyrex dish. And I'm also just gonna take a little bit of olive oil and place it in my Pyrex dish. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Just so that there's like a little bit in here, just that much. And I'm just gonna go ahead and, once I transfer these out, move it around the Pyrex dish just to evenly distribute the oil. Even though it's gonna kind of have some of its own oil from me pan frying it, but just so it doesn't like stick, or it just has enough to keep it from sticking, basically. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out like that. It's nice and brown. It's not cooked all the way through, but it's nice and brown. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go like this, just to get that olive oil that's already in the bottom of the pan evenly distributed. And I'm gonna take up this one, this piece of chicken, and this one, and do the same thing. And just line up my Pyrex dish. And repeat. Put this right on in here. Like I said, you just need about 2 to 3 minutes of it browning. And then I'm gonna pop it in the oven. I've also put the oven on 400 degrees so that it can finish cooking the chicken once I put everything in the oven. I kind of went back and forth with this meal. At first I was gonna do like a side of quinoa, this quinoa veggie mix that I like from Target. But then I was like, I had some potatoes, and I just was like, let me use these potatoes up before they go bad. And so that's what, you know, shifted the algorithm on whether or not I was going to be having potatoes or quinoa. All right, so Okay, everybody, so the chicken is done. It's not done, it's not cooked all the way through, but I seared it on both sides to lock in the juice of the chicken. And basically I'm gonna go ahead and create a sauce for this once my potatoes are finished and get everything rolling. So that's where we are in the process of all of this. Also, I forgot to mention that I seasoned this chicken. This chicken's been seasoning, well, excuse me, this chicken's been marinating in its seasonings for like about 7 to 8 hours. I did squeeze some lemon juice on it, garlic powder, chicken bouillon, adobo, some dehydrated onions, which are amazing, Montreal steak seasoning, chives, rosemary, herbs de Provence, and something else. But a lot of some scallions. So it's been marinating for hours. I tried a little piece that it was actually a corner of one of the chicken thighs that was actually done, and when I tell you it's delicious, it's delicious. So I'm excited. I'm just waiting for these potatoes to finish. They're boiling right now, so that's a good sign, so that I can put these off to the side once they finish cooking through, and use this pot to go ahead and make my sauce. So I started to use the same pot that I cooked the chicken in, and that's typically what I would have done to pick up those pick up the flavor from the chicken. But I feel as though that pan is a little too little, and I don't want sauce all over the place, all over the stove and all that other stuff, and all over me. So in the sense of common sense, we're going to use a larger pot. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, so the potatoes are nice and soft and nice and hot, and I'm just taking a little bit of butter, put some butter on top of that garlic that I had in here from earlier. I put some rosemary, a little bit of garlic powder, and I'm also just going to add just a little bit of chicken bouillon, just a little bit, and then I'm just going to pop this in the microwave for a few minutes until this butter is melted, and then I'm going to go ahead and pour this onto my potatoes. So give me just one moment. Okay, so basically I put in the microwave like a half a stick of butter, some rosemary, a little bit of chicken bouillon, and garlic powder, and I think I put a little Montreal steak seasoning too. So basically it looks like this, and it smells amazing because it actually, like that butter with the butter with the rosemary smells absolutely amazing. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour this inside of my mashed potatoes. Let me just adjust the camera. Oh, hold on. This is when I need a cameraman, honey. I need somebody to help me with this. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and put this butter and rosemary and garlic powder seasoning mix on these potatoes. This smells so good, so good. I don't even think the visual is giving it all the justice that it deserves, all the credit that it deserves. And then I'm just gonna take some whipping cream and also incorporate that as well. But actually I'm gonna mix these, I'm gonna mash this in. I love this little bowl. I actually found this bowl at Target, and it gives me like an 80s type of Pyrex type of vibe, Pyrex bowl type of vibe. So I'm just working this seasoning through these mashed potatoes. It smells so good. You have no idea. And this is, you know, excuse my fingers and stuff. I'm gonna be the one eating this, so it's not like anybody else is. I might share some with my friend, but I'm cooking for myself, mainly. I'm glad I remembered I had these potatoes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of heavy cream. I love heavy cream. Heavy cream is so nice and rich in flavor, and just helps to like really build this up even more and give it a nice color as well. I told myself I was gonna minimize the carb intake, but I was like, we can't let these go to waste. We can't let this go to waste. Funny thing is, my father used to be able to make some really good mashed potatoes. Like, when I say really good, I mean really just bomb mashed potatoes. Okay. All right, so let me get a little taste of this. Okay. It's good. I'm gonna add a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning to it, to give it some more flavor. Just a little bit more salt. It has a nice garlic and rosemary base to it, but just to give it a little bit more salt. See how this is tasting. Delicious. I'm gonna add just a little bit more, but that's really good. Really good. Delicious. Delicious. I might have to make some more of these. Get some more potatoes and make some more of these, because this really came out really tasty. Awesome. So that is done, and that is ready for my chicken as a side dish. Amazing. That's so good. Delicious. I know a lot of people use like just straight salt and pepper, but I like to use like different blends, because I don't, I just like to taste like herbs and things like that in my food. But this is good. Now off to make my sauce. Be right back. All right, so this is the pot that had some of the chicken, the drippings from the chicken in it. So I've just gone ahead and I've added a little bit of olive oil, because now I'm gonna saute my vegetables. Man, just a little bit more. And as I said earlier, I had previously prepped some red onion, some red peppers, some yellow peppers, and some orange peppers. So I'm just gonna pop this on in here. Let me see, it should be kind of warm, because this is, yeah, there we go. So I got some red peppers in there. I'm just popping this in here to saute it, to release the flavor. To release the flavor. And now this is gonna be like in my gravy. Okay, so I'm just gonna stir this up a little bit. And I'm also going to add a little bit of seasoning to this. So I'm going to add a little bit of chicken bouillon, just a little bit. And I'm going to add some adobo. Some garlic powder. I forgot to chop a little bit of garlic for this, but it's okay. It's still going to come together really nice. I'm going to add some Montreal steak seasoning. I'm going to put a little bit of these dehydrated onions in here. I like these because I did use red onion, so I'm using a little bit of white onion. I'm going to put some chives in here. And just give this a stir. And let these flavors do what they do. I don't want them to be like extremely soft, but I just want it to be of a nice texture. Just gonna let that do its thing for a little bit. Okay, so the onions and peppers have cooked down to the texture that I like them. And as I mentioned earlier, I took some of the broth from the chicken. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour this inside of here for that extra flavor. Give that a little stir. It smells good in here, okay? Alright. I'm also going to take, this is the juice of 1 lemon. Because like we said, this is a lemon chicken. Alright? So stir this up like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some cream of chicken soup mix. So I'm just gonna mix this in, the cream of chicken, Campbell's mix, okay? And as you can see, that's kind of thick, right? It's a little too thick. So now, like I told you, this also has a coconut milk base. So I'm just gonna go in here and just add some coconut milk to thin it out, to thin the gravy out. That looks beautiful. Oh, that's a beautiful color gravy. Beautiful. Let me turn this down because it's bubbling. Turn it off, actually. It's not enough. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more coconut milk to this. Because it's really, really thick. But it's great because I now also have gravy for the mashed potatoes too. So that works out pretty well. So I'm going to just do a little taste test. Like I said, I'm making this for myself. Let's see how this is tasting. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to add more lemon. Has a really nice lemon coconut flavor, but I need a little bit more acidity. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit more chicken bouillon. And some more Montreal steak seasoning. Aesthetics, I do want to add some more chives. at this point I put in like a lemon and a half worth of juice. I am going to add a little bit more chicken bouillon. I'm going to pop some adobo in here, but this is already pretty good. Just stir it up like that. And this is beautiful. So this is good. I mean, I consume dairy, and clearly I put heavy cream in the mashed potatoes, but to not have an overload of dairy, because dairy does bloat me. And I know that there's a little bit of dairy in the cream of chicken. I'm just trying to cut some of it in half, so I'm not, you know, so I'm not loaded like that. Perfect. 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 So that is the gravy. And I forgot, I also have some lemon zest that I'm going to put in here as well. So I'm just going to go ahead. This is the chicken from earlier. And we get some pot holders. Actually, let me test this chicken and see. Done. Perfect. Perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this gravy on top of this chicken. Splattering everywhere, but you get the concept. Excuse that loud fan. Okay, so this is the final dish. We've got some lemon chicken with a nice lemon coconut based gravy, and I also have some mashed potatoes on the side. I'm also going to probably make some string beans too, just to have another vegetable, but this is the gist. And I also still have enough gravy left to put on my mashed potatoes. Okay, everybody, so my dish is done. This is the lemon coconut gravy chicken along with some herb and garlic mashed potatoes. This is absolutely delicious. Like I was tasting as I was making it, so you know, everything was tasting absolutely amazing. I'm excited, and I have a little small portion because it's late and I'm not trying to be up all night digesting food, but I hope that you were able to take away from this meal, take something away from the preparation of this meal, and to also apply it to, you know, maybe some recipes that you are looking to make or already make, and maybe you want to tweak it a little bit. So I am going to go ahead and do a little taste test. Let's see, get some of this chicken. Very good. And the chicken, I use the chicken thighs. With chicken thighs, is, you know, chicken thighs are like way more tender. So a little fun fact, when it comes to like meat and animals, you always want to get like cuts that are basically like from the leg or the arm, or cuts from the body that are actually like most exercised. And the thighs and the legs and things of that sort, and also wings, are going to typically be more tender. But this is really, really, really good. Really good. And I got my mashed potatoes. Very good. Mix it together because I do have some extra gravy for my mashed potatoes as well. And I didn't go crazy with the lemon. I love lemon flavored things, but like I have to be mindful because sometimes too much acidity throws me off and can make me like, you know, could bother my stomach. So that's why I just kind of stuck to like 1.5 cups to like 2 cups of like lemon, you know, juice of like basically, not cups, excuse me. I stuck to basically the juice of like 1.5 to 2 lemons. So we're gonna mix this together like this. Delicious. Not too salty. A lot of herbs. Very creamy. Very fresh. The chicken is tender. Mashed potatoes are nice and fluffy and buttery. Everything tastes amazing. Care for it. So, tune into the next one. All right.